Welcome to the jackhorny.com show.
Okay, I'm just going to do this again because I keep hearing some bizarre comments on both the TV and radio about this event, this Mark Field thing. At the beginning of this, I'm playing the woo-woo sounds, the alarms that were going off in the building. Presumably they're very loud and it's a very scary time. So if you're a smart ass and think you won't be nervous, then you're lying, because I think everybody will be on high alert listening to that. I think often when people are talking about this, they're forgetting these alarms are going off. So that's one thing. So someone runs in, and you presume they're going to attack somebody, yet you grab them. Does it matter if she's male or female? Someone even said, what if it was a child? So goddamn what? Do you think people aren't capable of throwing acid? Now, it becomes sexist because a lot of people keep saying, oh, we should treat her differently to a man. In what way do you treat someone who could be a terrorist differently because they're male or female or a child? Are you stupid? This is nothing to do with domestic abuse. I've known people involved with domestic abuse, both men and women who've been abused by their partners. This is nothing to do with that, so don't try and play that. That's a disgrace. If you're playing that on, if you're trying to use this domestic abuse, then you're disgusting. You know it's nothing to do with domestic abuse, so don't try that line because it's a disgrace. The other one is, oh, she was wearing a sash with Greenpeace on. Again, so terrorists aren't capable of wearing Greenpeace sashes. Yes, I know Greenpeace probably have a history, because I support them, have a history of non-violence, but who the hell knows these are people are Greenpeace? See, this is the trouble. Everyone who's complaining about this bloke are saying that he should know all this stuff. He should be able to read their minds. He should have known that they were all green, but you don't know who they are. It also ends up showing how racist people are on the left, because they're going, well, she's white. Well, you know what I mean? She's clearly not. I mean, this is all I'm hearing is, well, clearly she's white and female, so she can't be a terrorist. She was one of them coloured people. Oh, yeah, I could understand. That's what they're saying. They might not be saying that directly, but what other logical explanation could come out? I mean, this guy, if she had acid on her, he'd have been a hero. Now, the great problem was, and I think everyone's saying it, is security. They shouldn't have let her through. Now, I've been reading, and I don't know if it's true, they searched her bags, which I find that odd. Why would they let her in if they've searched her? I mean, surely should have to have a pass. Now, we've got to remember that, quite right, I mean, I think they did well getting so far, and I've nothing against this woman or the protesters, because that's the game. I mean, somebody said it. They said years ago, but they were part of Greenpeace and other protests, and they would expect to be arrested in a bit of a palaver. That's the game. And they even congratulated her, saying, yeah, she's part of it. You know, she knows with a scar. I mean, I've been on protests. Now, you know, if you're walking around the street with a banner, you see, the trouble is, a lot of protests today are done by, you know, people just want to go on to, you know, Instagram and stuff, and they have the little banners. They don't really give a rat's ass about the protest. They just like to hold it up. Ooh, so-and-so's a bad person, or so-and-so's wrong. Boo. And then when anyone questions them, they have no idea what they're even there for. I mean, I've actually, if you watch some, they've actually demonstrated against people because they might have said something on YouTube. It turns out they haven't. And then when someone goes up to them and asks them if they've seen the video, they go, no, I haven't. And you're going, my God, these people are stupid. At least this woman's got the guts and probably stands by convictions. And again, like I said, I've nothing against her. I think she's did really well getting in there. But one has to understand that people might have a bomb or acid or anything. I mean, in the news, I think today someone has just had the acid thrown on them in a car, or yesterday. You know, someone runs up to you, you have to be careful. It doesn't matter where you are. If you're anywhere, especially London, it seems, and people, you know, you've got to be on alert. I don't care. You've got to presume the worst. Now, just because somebody's might be white and female doesn't mean they're less dangerous. I mean, yes, statistically speaking, I presume very few women. Hang on, oh, sorry, just the dog's chewing something to bits. Oh, that's my pen gone. Yes, I presume if you were to look at the stats, it's probably very few incidents are being done by women, especially white women. You know, I mean, I suspect all the bulk of assaults, acid attacks in London are by males. But you know, that doesn't matter. This isn't a public area. This was a private area someone invaded. It's like somebody running into your house. You know, all these left-wing people are going to say, oh yeah, it's fine if someone runs in my house, I'll just sit there. Yeah, I don't think so. You know, let's say how many of them get burgled and they're just going to go, fine. No, it's alright, someone's running around my house. I'll wait to see if they do any crimes. You know, they're probably nice people. No, they've come in. Are you stupid? You know, let me say, you know, give me your name and address and I'll break into your house. And I expect you not to report me to the police because I won't be stealing anything. You know, you'll have to wait to see if I do start stealing things before I do anything. I'll just walk straight into your house and sit there. I'm sure you'll appreciate that. No, I think you'll think, what the hell's going on? You know, how many of you out there who support, who were stating this guy's in the wrong, would be happy for somebody just walking to the front door and sit down and just sit there staring at you? Are you going to go, oh, fine, that's fine? No, I think you'd freak out. Yeah, that's the point. You know, you're lying. I mean, everyone's saying, oh, but she went there peaceful. Yes, she did. I'm not saying... No one is saying... I don't think there's one person saying she went there to cause violence. They're saying she could have done. No one knew. She even had a handbag with her. No one knows what's that in that. And I think someone said she had a mobile phone. Again, I mean, you can just hit someone with a mobile phone. You don't know the intentions. You don't know if she's mentally ill or what. I mean, don't you dare say you knew that what she was doing. Oh, it's absolutely disgusting. I mean, again, I'm not a bloody... I'm sorry, I shouldn't swear. I'm not a conservative. I support the Green Party. But I'm not having somebody... I'll defend people if I think they've done correct. To me, you're a hypocrite if you condemn this guy. Because I keep saying to people, what has he done wrong? And they come out with the most bizarre... I mean, they're not coming out with any facts. They're just going, oh, but what if she was a child? Oh, then it would be different. No, it wouldn't be different. So I had someone say that. I said, no, it wouldn't be different. And then they blocked me because they didn't like me saying that. Because, what, do you think a 14-year-old can't run in with acid? Are you stupid? Are you thick? I mean, have you seen the damage kids do? You know what I mean? You can see them spray paint half the country. Smashing things up. You know what I mean? Go outside and I bet there's some little thug, especially in some scummy area, smashing things up, zooming around on stolen motorbikes. You know, sorry. Anyway, that's just my little rant because, quite honestly, anyone who's having a go at this guy, I don't know why you're doing it. Even if you're on the left, you're coming out the most weakest arguments. The guy was dead correct. Don't come out with, oh, it should have waited or something. Don't be rubbish. You don't know. Alarms are going off. You presume the worst. And by the sounds of it, even in his language, it sounds like he's trained to do this because I think it was in the, not army, but what is it, the reserves or something, territorial. So he's fully trained to react. So, you know, he got up thinking, sorry, this is the reality. I mean, there's chances are there could have been soldiers in that room. Would have done maybe they'd have pinned her down and done much worse. So if he grabbed her by the neck, I don't think there's even a bruise. He assaulted her, people are saying. Where's the bruise? She didn't pressing charges. You know, oh, he grabbed her by the neck. I mean, people are actually saying that he choked her. No, that's a lie. When you're having a lie about what actually happened, you're a fool. So, you know, get the facts straight. Alarms are going off. She ran in, ran past him. He got in her way, grabbed her and put her straight out. no bruising, no harm. She hasn't claimed she was hurt. A lot of people are jumping to saying, oh, it's because it's a woman, where women aren't allowed to be touched. No, that's sexist. Others are saying, oh, because she's white. I mean, you can see what's real background. All these lefties who pretend they're right on. I mean, don't forget, Labour have never had a female Prime Minister. Nor have I seen anyone, even remotely of any ethnic background, get close to being, well, not Prime Minister, but even leader. They don't have them. It's always male, isn't it? Tells you a lot, that. I mean, other parties have had female leaders. I mean, I think Labour are the only ones. I mean, Scotland has got the Scottish lady, leader of the Conservatives, and the party in charge of Scotland. I have no idea what the names are, I've forgotten. She's female. Wells, I think she was. I don't know if she's still there. She was female. If she's still there, I haven't heard from her. I don't know if they changed their hands or something. You've got 2 prime ministers in England. The people running for this Conservative, one was from an ethnic background. I think it was Asian origin, if that's the politically correct terminology. Yeah, what do you see in Labour? Whenever I see them, it's always whiteys. And the time that a lesbian ran for their leadership, she got abuse. I mean, so the Labour, they try and make out they're the most right on, but you're a joke. You're the most all the time I see it, you just seem to abuse people, full of hate. You keep saying, a lot of people in Labour pretend that they're all nicey, but all I've ever seen is hatred. Hate, and it's nastiness. I mean, you can sit there and tell everybody we're the party of nicey, but, I listen to you all the time. It doesn't look nicey to me. I mean, and the Green Party's got a female leader. It's anyway. I mean, these days it's people don't seem to care less if the party leaders. Most parties have got moved on so much that it's not an issue anymore. But of course, Labour's still in 1970 mode, while everyone else is in 2019 mode, or whatever the year it is. I always forget the year. But as I say, this guy, he has done nothing wrong. If that's the way you try and score points by saying I mean, honestly, I was listening to them. They try to make out this is like wife abuse. It's not. I mean, I've even read, oh, if he did that in public, what does he do in private? You goddamn moron. This isn't really moving people towards Labour, by the way. It's showing you Labour and the left how ridiculous they are, how vile and unpleasant they are. And how actually what they really think, how they actually see women, not what they say, but what they see women as. This is giving it a lot away that they see women as weak and pathetic, who should be treated differently. Or it's if you're white, you shouldn't be touched. You're not a terrorist if you're white, which is the message I've got. I mean, Christ, they don't realise what they've said. They're actually stating that if you're white, you're not a terrorist. And that's what they're virtually saying, that everyone I've listened to on the radio and TV are basically saying, who are saying this guy's in the wrong, are basically saying, well, why would you think she was a terrorist? Look at her. She's not one of them. Oh, she doesn't have that colour. No, shows you. But, no, that's my little rant, because it is. It's what a waste of a few days going through this. A few years ago, this would have been normal. We'd have said, well done to the chap, and that's that. Like I said, and I've heard a few people correctly say it, if she had a bomb on her of acid, he'd have been a hero now. That's the difference. Would you have still condemned it? I mean, this is what I'd say to all these people on the left, especially the Labour lot. If this woman had an acid on her, would you still be really condemning him now? I bet you would. Right, oh, it's ridiculous. You know, it's just nonsense and garbage you hear from these people. Still, if you want to carry on making fools of yourself, keep going on. I mean, all I ever hear from Labour is the most nonsense, bizarre garbage going. Constant. And yeah, I'm not a late Conservative Party. I mean, one of the problems they've got, the Conservatives, is there's no real strong leadership on the left. Labour should be much stronger than this. And by the way, I was actually a bit of a Carpenter Park to begin with. I mean, he's vegetarian, well, I think he's vegan, is a so I supported him on that, and he's into animal rights. I support him on that. He's anti-nuclear. I support him on that. And I think there's a couple of other things I supported him on. I mean, I'm not a socialist, but I did think, oh, this guy's going to change things. I've not heard him talk about any of these things. I don't think I've heard him. I mean, I never hear him on the TV. Never seems to do interviews. And this thing about, and Labour just nonsense over Brexit. I mean, I'm a Remainer myself, and yet I don't know what the position they are. They keep going, no, we're a bit Remain, we're a bit Leave. Oh, we're too scared to say. I mean, that's why everyone's gone. They lost all the votes to Lib Dems. I mean, are they stupid or something? I mean, they're the party that they're losing Remainer votes and Leaver votes because they won't decide which way they are. I mean, it's bizarre. I mean, they'd be better off just standing up and saying they'll either Remain or Leave and sod the consequences. At least they'll get some votes from that. I mean, Lib Dems have always, and I think Green Party too, have always Remain. So they're the Remain parties. That's who people vote for. I mean, I think, I mean, and in truth, and by the way, this is going off subject, I don't know if Brexit's a good thing or a bad thing. My gut instinct suggests it's a bad thing. Some of the senior, I think it's Heseltine, says Brexit's bad and we should remain. And when you have people like that, the intellects, too, say it's bad, I sort of think, well, it must be. I mean, the Leavers seem to be, the dogs have turned the computer on. The Leavers seem to be just, well, not that academic, but anyway. Anyway, that's my little rant. I'm just going to get off now because the dogs are wanting to walk. Ciao. Ooh, I'm pressing the button.